Hi folks, let me introduce you today to a wonderful chameleon from Madagascar, from the Central Highlands. It is called Furcifer lateralis and its trivial name is the Carpet Chameleon. You can guess why. It is quite colorful, showing vibrant colors and coloration, which is quite variable amongst the individuals of this species. The males are a little bit more green, I show you one a little bit later, and the females, specifically when they are gravid, which is the case of them of almost all the time once they get adult, are really very colorful. You can see the shades of blue, orange, red and white and green and yellow. They are really a very colorful chameleon, like a Persian carpet. It is a small chameleon species which is confined to relatively high altitudes of central Madagascar and extends to the southern part as well. Recently, this species was separated into three. This is the typical one. This is the carpet chameleon, Furcifer lateralis, and we have also the green one, the Furcifer viridis from the northwest, and from the south, the giant version of it, giant form, which is called Furcifer major. These chameleons are relatively short-living in the wild. They usually do not live longer than maybe 1 or maximum 2 seasons. In captivity, they can last up to 5 years easily, if you do not overheat them. Unfortunately, people do not understand that Madagascar, as a country which is considered tropical, can have a climate which is actually not hot, and they expose them to too high temperatures. If you expose these chameleons to too high temperatures, their life becomes very quick, and they will die within 1.5 years. They might even reproduce. This is why some of the breeders usually use higher temperatures to breed them, but then they also say that they are very short-living and reaching maximum 2 years in captivity, while under normal circumstances, when they get a chilly night going down to the 65 and even below, and foggy nights with lower temperatures and not too hot temperatures at daytime, with some sunshine, the best is of course the natural sun, they can last up to 5 years old. The trouble of this species is that even in the wild, they live in conditions which are considered relatively harsh, so that the reproductional strategy is to have as many eggs as possible. Imagine that the small body of such a small female here can contain up to 25 eggs. They are of course little of a smaller size. However, the eggs start filling the abdominal area from the cloacal region, where there are the oviducts and the other reproductive organs situated, and they fill the whole body cavity up to this extent that the egg, which is the most one situated close to the head, is touching the heart. So full body cavity is actually filled with eggs. Of course, you can imagine that this is then a relatively big challenge for them to lay these eggs in such a number, so that even in the wild and in captivity, these chameleons are very prone to the sudden death after egg deposition. But anyway, they do quite well. They are very active. They are nice, beautiful ones, and enjoy the view of this wonderful female, which gets a little bit nervous now. So we'll let it go back to its environment. And here you can see the partner of the previously shown female of the Carpet Chameleon, Furcifer lateralis. This is a male. The coloration is a little bit different. They very often show shades of green color, but now he is basking and he has taken colors of the rainbow, so he is yellowish with the typically bluish part along its dorsal crest. And you can see here at the base of the tail, the thickened part. These are the typical hemipeneal bulges in which they hide their copulatory organs, and this is the typical sign of a male. This is the Carpet Chameleon. The species is relatively small and it lives in low vegetation like grass and low bushes, and there it also hides. You can see that even with the vibrant colorations they adapt, they are not so easy to spot if you get a little bit further from them. Look how they tend to blend with the environment despite of the fact they are very colorful. Look, the bright yellow and bluish coloration of this wonderful female, but the pattern which they adapt on the body is used for a trick that the chameleons are masters of. It is called somatolysis. It means it is a process during which they adapt a coloration which distracts the potential predators from seeing them as an object, but breaks the colors and breaks the form of their body into different areas so that they do not actually look to be one object but many. This is the same phenomenon that, for instance, zebras used to blend with the grass in the African savanna. So this is what these chameleons do as well. Look, it is another female of the Carpet Chameleon. Again, a totally different coloration. And if you look at it in detail, they are really capable of getting colored in very different and very various shades of very different colors. Look at the head. They have black and light green and dark green shades, and at the eyes they have bluish spots, same as along the spine, and then you can see yellow and orange spots, and then you see the round spots in which they can create even purple colors and pinkish colors. So it is really a very, very colorful chameleon that deserves the name the Carpet Chameleon. They have very specific strategies how to survive, because, as I said, they live in a relatively cold environment. So the females lay eggs during the periods of gravidity, and the eggs hatch after something which we call diapause. Diapause is a state of the eggs where it stops developing. It develops a little bit only to a few cells embryo in the phase which is called gastrula, and then they freeze the development due to low temperatures and wait until the winter is over and until the temperature starts to raise. When they reach the optimal temperature, which is above 20 degrees Celsius, they start to develop and develop very quickly, so that within a couple of months, it's 3 to 4 months after the eggs are like out of this dormant period, they start to develop and they hatch to get to new life and the new generation. This way, the eggs also in captivity can be relatively easily managed, because then you can really control how and how long they will take to breed and hatch, and how long they will actually lay. You can prolong this period to up to 1 year or even more. I have not tried significantly more, but you can extend this dormant period of low temperature where the egg just do not develop at all, and then you just raise the temperatures and they hatch within 3 to 4 months. There's only one trick that you must not overdo. If you keep it too long and you let them to incubate for too long, their energy, which is like calculated by evolution to last for the entire embryonal development and a couple of days after they hatch, is not enough if you keep them too cold. So if you keep them at too cold temperatures, so you can have babies that hatch and they are relatively weak. The same happens if you overheat the eggs. If you incubate them into too high temperature, following happens. Even the embryo has its metabolism, and it's speeded up, and it will consume too much energy of the yolk, which is the source of energy for the embryo, too much energy for its metabolism, for its living, instead of building new tissues. So if you overheat the eggs, the babies might hatch, and if they hatch, they are usually smaller and they are exhausted, they are weak and have troubles to survive. So learn from the mother nature, where they live for millions and millions of years, how they adapt actually to the environment to survive, and let us use the principles of naturalistic chameleon husbandry in the captivity, in the human care of chameleons, so that they can thrive and are strong and vivid chameleons that will bring very much joy to the world of the chameleon keeping and breeding. This is the carpet chameleon. Stay tuned.